Hi viewers, welcome to a new episode of Business Compass, the GPS for your business. And it's my pleasure to have with me on the program today, Mr. Frank Abe, Manager of the Deal Advisory Service at KPMG, and Mrs. Petra Abba-Samoa, a Sales and Marketing Consultant. Welcome, Petra and Frank.
Thank you, Sana.
Good to have you guys here.
Great to be here.
And on today's episode, we are going to be looking at a different kind of business. This is a Ghanaian business that is cleaning up the environment, creating employment for youth, and at the same time creating beautiful pieces of clothing and shoes and accessories. And it's going to be a fascinating journey into the world of turning trash into treasure. And so stay around, and after the break you will get to meet our featured guests for today. But remember, Business Compass is proudly brought to you by Fiducia Services Limited. After the break, you'll get to meet our featured business for this week. Please stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Opel Bedwe-Mashdu. I'm the founder of Jkarta, the CEO of the business. What we do is we actually work with sustainable fashion products using the jute fabrics. Okay, so I take my inspiration generally from what I see in nature. I love things that are done earthy. So I take a lot of the inspirations with what I do by picking up on art specimens that have to do with natural designs, that have to do with things that are like even plants, what I observe about the plants, and what I pick out to be with it to come out with designs. So even in my design implications, I have things like leaves on some of our cutouts, I have things like petals, I have things that roll into like the little bulb of a flower. So I pick a lot of things that are my inspirations for this whole thing has generally been things that are made out of nature. Naturally, I'm a creative person, so a lot of things that I do come out naturally with no thought to how it should be stringent or should be fixed. Everything should come out with a flair that should have its own bespoke way, should have its own natural way to do things. Our experiences with customers have been very good. We've got very good feedback, which has helped us improve to what we do as of today. We actually have certain products that have improved, certain products that have been added on as value because of feedback from our customers. Customer feedback is very key to what we do because what we do at Jkarta is built for the customer. We are there for the customer and with the customer. We cannot grow the business if we don't have them. So experiences with them has been great. Somehow, somewhere, we have certain challenges which has to do with outsourcing certain third-party services in meeting these customers. Some of it has to do with deliveries. We are not a big business, so we can own our own delivery company. So we have to do things that have to do with third parties that have to do with the delivery company. Sometimes timelines on delivery comes back to us, and it also comes back to saying, oh, you're not delivering on time and all that. But give or take, 100% of the experiences has been, let me say, 98% of a good talk to say to them. Challenges externally, I would say, has been with some of the customers who do not understand the product. So we had an experience where we had one customer who walked in and said, look, I bought a pillow because we do beautiful pillows. I bought a pillow from you, and you won't believe the pillow actually has the label tag 2.0 kg. Ideally, for a sustainable product that is done, those are the elements they look for internationally to see if it's a recycled product you're doing. If it is too fine, it means that you've either produced the fabric, then you're using it. It defeats the purpose of recycling. So she came in with some experience challenges. I don't want to have it anymore because I can see the writing of a sack. And I said, madam, did you read about what a bellap is? It's just a sack. That is what I work with. Oh, I thought it was a fine fabric. And sometimes it becomes very difficult dealing with these customers, trying to explain to them. So you just don't have to snap out angrily. You have to sometimes manage their expectations. You have to educate them because some of them do not know. It's to be educated through the principles of business, focusing lines on where we will be able to actually adjust in terms of our spends, in terms of how we can actually account back for the business. Another big promising thing we're looking at as well is to be able to find angel donors where in that situational positions it just doesn't have to come in support, but angel donors who are in terms of who can train the teams, angel donors who can actually finance certain machineries we need to get, and as well from my expectation of the business to come back home to Jakarta and make sure that we're bringing a wealth of knowledge to add to the value of the business we produce.
Such a pleasure to have in the studio of Business Compass Ms. Okbel Bedwe-Majub, the founder of Jkarta Jute Ltd. Welcome, Okbel.
Thank you, Charlotte.
So tell us, how did you get into this business?
Okay, so I'm a very creative person, and I decided, why don't I just use my creativity to do things that save the earth, as well as make sure that I'm bringing in more youthful people that have the art skills into business sense. What happens is, with what I did was I started a journey. By virtue of education, I found myself in banking.
Okay.
Due to the financial crisis of the economy and all those crises that happen within the banking sector, I decided to take something out of that business. With all those things I have picked and had learned through the corporate organizations period, I decided to now come into the real world and produce products that are made out
I
of...
like the way you say come into the real world. I think the corporate world is not the real world.
The corporate world is it's very organized.
Yes.
So when you are in the corporate world, it's very easy to have things done.
Structure.
Certain structures are done. So it's very easy. This time around, you're dealing with something that has to be created, something that has to come out to give you a story.
And you're relying on artisans who don't have that kind of structure.
You're relying on artisans that don't have the structure, don't have the knowledge, don't have the standards to what you're facing, and you're ready to meet the world
market.
Imagine
the journey
with.
You've been on.
Yes.
Let's see some of your stuff.
Okay. So we actually have lines of products which have to do with clothing.
Okay.
We have shoes. We have that for bags. Okay. And then we have accessories.
Okay. Let's see the bags.
We have the bags. Currently, this is for our ladies.
Just pass it on.
Okay, so this is for our ladies' bags. We complement all the bags that we do.
Just bring everything up.
Okay. We complement all the bags that we do with either a suede or a leather. So this actually is a glittery sack. So it's not just an ordinary sack we have, but a sack that is a glittery. And we make sure that to ensure that we're meeting on what the international standards are, we are actually using the concept from what we call double stitching on all our products. So this will also ensure the sacks, because it's a sacks, they don't open. So all products are properly done in such a way that we double stitch to ensure it doesn't open. We actually have shoes as well. We have shoes for ladies.
Where are your accessories? I thought you had smaller accessories.
We
Did you bring them?
Yes, it's in the room.
Oh, okay. It would have been good to see the accessories. Can we see that dress, the first dress hanging there?
Yes. Okay, so with our dresses for the ladies, we have the corporate dresses, and then we have the casual dresses. So this is for instance a casual dress that is a layer of different sack colors, and this was done with a story of square symmetry dimensions. So it's not just laid because it's sack in colors. We decided to use the shapes. So we picked shaping in doing this.
Quick question. Some people react to jute. So how do you manage that?
Okay. If you closely watched our videos, we actually have a process at which we go with the products to ensure that we control the itchiness. The sacks come in, I think when you watch the video, it has 3 or 4 types. So we have the types that are for packaging, that have smaller holes.
Okay.
And then we have the ones that are for okay, so all are for packaging, but what happens is they are from different things. So we have the ones that are for like beans, rice. We have the ones that are for cocoa.
What causes the itching? Is it the jute itself or what it's
Okay, what
What was
causes the
put in it?
itching is because it's from the Haitian tree. And the Haitian tree for the jute, that brings us this jute. The Haitian tree is spiky. So it's
Okay.
beaten to get the raw strains. And then when we get raw strands, as soon as that comes out, it's woven to give us this. So naturally, that tree has that thing.
So is
For
it
us,
that not everyone can use it, or you have a process where you
we've
treat
processed it.
Okay.
So what we've processed is, with each product, we have a different type of sack we use. It's not because it's sack, we just pick it. We use different sacks, and then we steam control. So there is a steam control as well as a lock dyeing that helps to bring down that
Okay.
itchy levels. Yes.
Okay, good to know. I'm sure Petra would want to know. So, in creating this, what's your target market? In your mind, what does a picture of your clientele look like?
Okay. So at Jkarta, we serve everyone except kids.
Petra will have a lot to say about that.
We serve everyone. What we do, we serve males and females, and then we serve as well the aged, which is we look at the young executives between the band of 18 to 60.
Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, you'll see why that is not going to work in business.
Okay.
You can't be all things to all people. And a lot of the challenges that you've listed that you wanted us to help you address, I think it actually comes from that. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we would look at what your target market should be and how we can make sure when we identify that you're actually serving them in the way that you should. And I think a lot of these issues that you've listed, other than the ones that are for Frank, your books of accounts, you would see how they now begin to make sense. So, viewers, we've met Jkarta, and you've seen the beautiful products they're making, but there are challenges, and when we come back from the break, we're going to take a break now. When we come back, we would delve into some of those challenges, and we'll start with the marketing issues. So please stay with us, and we'll be back very soon.
Immediately the product was actually introduced to me, I wanted to get on it, and that was the Gold Check account, guys. This has actually changed my business. So on the First National Bank app, you have the business toolkits that gives you all the information that you need to run your business, and whatever enquiries you have, they're always ready to answer, and that makes life very easy for me. And you have the in contacts that helps you access every transaction that takes place or happens. Now, point of sales terminal, I market wherever I go, and so I love to have that so I can take payment, especially with those who tell me I do not have cash. A bank that understands that you can start life all over again or start a business from scratch. Very keen on running it and making sure that you grow to the core. It's one you should look out for. My name is Jifa Gray, the CEO of Jifa Gray Creations. I recommend that you sign up to the Gold Check account from First National Bank for a great banking experience.
Whatever the occasion, with ATL, you can never be out of style. ATL, bringing fabric to life.